Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have two options. Either continue to live in the relative world and continue to solve the problems of the relative world and suffer throughout life. One option. Second option is get out of the relativity and get established in the absolute. Thereafter, celebrate life. These are the two options. So, how these two options are practiced by the people? Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejjaha. Those who are following the dharma artha kama, the artha bhutani yanti bhutejja, material prosperity. Then kama purushartha yanti devavrata kama devan, and dharma purushartha pitrun yanti pitruvrataha. And in these three pursuits we continue to maintain our relative existence. And the fourth option is Parama Purushartha Yanti Madhya Jinopi Mam. Those who are seeking me, the absolute, they end up in this absolute. And to lead this life leading to absolute is easier than to lead the life of relative existence. And therefore, what is to be done? Only two things. One, continue to live your life in whichever field you are living. See, yat karoshi, yadasnashi, yajjosi, dadasi. Don't change your lifestyle. Do whatever you are doing. Then change only the attitude behind your actions. So don't live in this world as a duty-oriented slave of the ego and vanity, but live in this world as a devotee serving the Lord in and through all your interactions with life. When this way we start living, then Shubha Shubha Falairevam Mokshase Karma Bandhanaihi Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaishyasi. If you live in this way, you will discover freedom from the achievements and failures of life, and thus you will be reaching nearer to your own essential self. And what is that own essential self? Vimuktaha. You will no more suffer the limitations of relative existence. Up to here we have seen in our last lecture. Now, Ragadveshavantarhi Bhagavan yato bhaktan anugrunnati na itaran iti. So if it is said that if you are living the life for my sake, I shall take care of you, etc. As if you know you will not take care of those who are not living for you. Bhagavan said it's not like that. It is they who have to change, not me. How? Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mahite teshu chapyaham. Samaha tulyaha aham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshasti na me priya agnivat aham. See, Bhagavan says, look here, Arjun, there is none to whom I favor and there is none to whom I hate. Very clear. Now see what happens. This is the vision of the cause towards the effect. What will be the relationship of the ocean with the waves? Can we blame the ocean that he is favoring some waves and he is not favoring some waves? No. It is only the mutual fight between the relative individuals that they say that, those who are walking the nice path, good people, they suffer more in this world, and those who are bad people, they enjoy in this world. The good people never say this. It is only the bad people who say. Therefore, here also, from the cause point of view, there cannot be any likes and dislikes. So, samaha tulyaha aham sarva bhuteshu. I am the same for everyone. Nobody is dear to me and nobody I hate. Example is given, agnivat aham. I am like the fire. How? Durasthanam yatha agnihi shitam na apanayati. Samipam upasarpatam apanayati. Like in the winter, you are feeling very cold. But you don't want to go nearer the heater or the fire. And the other person is feeling cold, he gets up from his place, goes near the fire. Now, can we blame the fire? That the fire is giving to somebody proper heat in the winter season and to me is not giving. It is your fault. You go near. Who stopped you from going? See? Be attentive. In the same manner, divinity is available to every one of us 24 hours. Are we available to the divine? This makes all the difference in our life. Therefore, one of the essential ingredients of spiritual life is we have nothing to complain about anything, about anybody, including God. We are squarely responsible for everything in our life. In the 5th chapter, Bhagavan told us very clearly, na kartrutvam na karmani lokasya srujati prabhu na karmas phalasayogam svabhavastu pravardate na datte kasyachit papam na chaivam sukrutam vibhuhu ajnane navrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. The Lord is not interested in our merits, nor He is interested in our sins. See? Therefore, Bhagavan does not look upon the being as someone dear, someone not dear. Then it is we who are deserting the Lord. We are forsaking Him. He is not forsaking us. Tatha aham yatha agnivat tatha aham bhaktam anugrunnami na itaran. In the same manner, my devotees come to me. Naturally, I will definitely help them. Those who don't come to me, why should I help? One day, one person asked me this question. Swamiji, when you know Gita and all that, so why don't you tell everybody? I said, okay, I'll start with you. No, I am in a hurry. See? You can tell somebody that somebody is available, na? Then only you can talk. Otherwise, how can you talk? Similarly, God says, I am available to everybody. They are not available to me. What can I do? Basic difference. Therefore, samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. This is what Bhagavan has told from the absolute standpoint. When we will go in the 12th chapter, there Bhagavan will change his mood. Anapeksha shuchir daksha Santushto yena kenachir sthiramatihi bhaktiman me priyo naraha. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Here he says, Name dveshosti na priyaha. So, samoham sarva bhuteshu. Now, second thing. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. But those who are doing my bhajan with love, see, ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya, mam ishwaram bhaktya, mai te svabhavataha eva na mama raga nimittam mai vartate. See, it is something like this. In the 7th chapter we have seen, Bhagavan says, Jnani tu atmaiva me vatam. This Jnani is my own self. And we all love ourselves the most. And therefore, ye bhajanti tu mam ishwaram bhaktya, those who are extremely devoted to me. Why they are extremely devoted to me? Because they have recognized me to be their own self. See? Whom do we love? That which is the source of happiness we love, is it not? We don't love that which is the source of nuisance. So what is that which we love the most? We love ourselves the most because we are the source of the most happiness, absolute bliss. So this absolute bliss is recognized by my devotees, and therefore they are no more extrovert. Be very attentive. Devotion doesn't mean only going to the temple and making the noise. No, that is one part of it. A really devoted person is no more extrovert in life at all, because he has discovered all the bliss and happiness within. So the more we are introvert, the more dispassion we have, the more devoted we are, and the more devoted we are, the more nearer proximity with the Lord we are. See? Therefore, ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya, mai te, they are in me. And teshu cha api aham, and I am in them. Now see. And how they do my bhajan? Swabhavataha eva, na ragam nimattam mai vartante. That has become their swabhava. Swabhava means their essential nature. Like what? Do we love ourselves because of attachment? No. Our love for the objective possessions is because of attachment. We don't love ourselves out of attachment. We love ourselves because that is our nature. See? Therefore, swabhavata eva na mama raga nimittam mai vartante. And teshu cha api aham swabhavataha eva varte. And in the same manner, I am also in them naturally, swabhavataha. That means they and me are not separate. Now see, take an example to make this point. Suppose somebody asks you that, do you know Swami Anubhavananda? So you will say, yes, I know him. Or I don't know him. Like, when I move to so many places, on some airport, probably in Singapore, I got through the immigration and I was waiting for the announcement. So one lady came, excuse me, do you know Anubhavananda? Now what reply will I give? So I said, yes, no. Isn't it? Yes, I know because I am me. And no, because I do not know him objectively. Isn't it? There are two methods of knowing. Something you know, but you are not that. Is it not? You know the dog, but you are not dog. So what reply can be given? In the same manner, Bhagavan says, Name dveshosti na priyaha. Can he say somebody is dear to me, somebody is not dear to me? He alone is. In the absolute, there is neither love nor hatred. Love and hatred demands separation. Therefore he says, Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya, those who are serving me through devotion. Again I told you the meaning of this bhajanti. Three things. At the level of the body, serving. Therefore, yat karoshi, at the level of the body. Then at the level of the speech, yat juhosi. At the level of the mind, yat tapashyasi. That means let our life, kaya, vacha, manasa, by the body, by the speech and by the mind, be dedicated for His cause. When this happens, then we are living for Him, in Him. Now see how it is. Is it not at this moment of our life, we are living by the body for ourselves. We are speaking by the mouth for ourselves. We are thinking by the mind for our own self. And when that self is discovered to be the absolute reality, then all these knowledge itself is the devotion. Therefore, ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya, maite, because they are devoted to me, they are in me. And I am in them, teshu cha api aham. And therefore, this is called as the Brahmatmaikya Bodha. If you remember the 6th chapter, Bhagavad has told.
Contradiction. Somebody was saying, I am into everything, but everything is in me and I am not in everything.
So, in the 7th chapter, Bhagavan has told that Yasmin sarvani bhutani atman evanupashyati sarva bhutastam na tato vijugupsate in Ishavasya Vyasin. And in Yasmin sarvani bhutani sarva bhutani jatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshinaha. See? So, when we are able to understand that the Lord has this clear picture that all beings are in me and I am in them. Therefore, His love for His own creation is natural. So the love of the cause for the effects is natural. No other way around. When the cause recognizes, not the cause, when the effects recognize that my existence is because of the cause, what will happen? That effect will be dedicated to the cause. This is the theme Bhagavan says here. Now this is from the cause-effect relationship point of view, when this is valid. So take the same example, ocean and the waves. When the ocean knows all waves are in me, his love for the waves is swabhavataha. Ocean doesn't have to practice anything to love his waves. Like the mother doesn't have to practice to love the child. The first time mothers are told 101 instruction by the mother-in-law and the mother. But one instruction is never given. Love your own child, okay? No. Swabhavataha. So the law of the cause for the effect is swabhavataha, natural. And when, now go one step further, when the effect recognizes, this is the whole hitch in this particular verse. When the effect, the wave recognizes that my existence is because of the ocean, naturally the love of the wave for the ocean will be natural. But what happens? Who is God? I am everything. Everything I have done in my life. So when the wave refuses her relationship with the ocean, then suffer. So when we are talking on cause and effect relationship, but when the devotee, the wave, and the ocean, the cause, they merge into water, then what happens? Ocean disappears and wave disappears. See? Na ham teshu nate mai. Because cause and effect has disappeared. So these are the three standpoints. First standpoint is the standpoint of the cause towards the effect. Second is standpoint of the effect towards the cause. And third is cause and effect are superimposed on the absolute reality, which is neither the cause nor the effect. This is what Bhagavan says. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Now after having told this, स्वभावता एव वर्ते न इतरेषु न एतावता तेषु देशो मम. But when they are not recognizing me, what can I do? I don't hate them. See? Why will the ocean hate the waves? If the waves go on talking of it, this ocean is a terrible monster, whenever he comes, he destroys. No. The ocean only listens. After your talk is over, I'll come. Swabhavataha. Therefore, when there is a creation, in that creation, nothing is created. And when there is a destruction, dissolution, nothing is destroyed. In this manner, when we are able to understand, then our devotion is complete. Or our devotion is only a shopping list. Now, Shrunu Mad Bhaktehe Mahatmyam. Now, when the devotion was glorified so much, so what is the greatness of this devotion? This is said in the 30th verse. See, the 29th verse becomes little heavy. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshu siddha priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. And therefore, it is very difficult. It may be for the very higher quality seekers, Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhana, Mumukshutvam Cheti. No. Then who is qualified for this devotion? Api Chet Suduracharaha. Bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha. Now the qualification to walk the spiritual path. Api chet suduracharaha. Even if someone is sushtu duracharaha, he who has doctorate in criminal existence, all our politicians. Api chet Sushtu duracharaha, suduracharaha. Ativa kutsita acharaha. See? Kutsita achara. Disgusting behavior. Or a disgusting lifestyle. Kutsita is disgusting. So, apiched, sushtu suduracharaha, ativa kutsita acharaha. Even such a person, bhajati mam ananya bhag. But now he has taken up to this path of devotion. And how is now doing his devotion? Ananya bhag, ananya bhakti. Now he has, whatever has happened in the past has happened. Now he is completely, totally, 100% involved from this moment onward to lead a life of spiritual existence, total dedication to the Lord. And this is what samyak vyavasitaha hi saha. What is required in our life is this junction, this turning point. Only this turning point, if it comes, we have been blessed by the divine grace. And what is that? A commitment and a readiness and the ability to change ourselves. See? Bhagavan doesn't look into the history sheet. Start from fresh here. See, there is a friend of mine. He met me, and first time when he met, he came for the lecture and all that, and Swamiji, I want to talk to you something personal. I said, I don't want to listen anything personal. No, actually, no, that will guide you and that will help you in understanding me. I said, I don't want to understand you. That's the problem. So I said, don't talk to me. I don't want to know anything about you. I love you as you are. So you come and listen talks and get benefited. It's wonderful. If you feel it's useless, throw it away and go. In both the cases, I love you. But you can't stop such a person. So he wrote a huge letter, 3-4 pages, with a very nasty handwriting. Even when the emails are long, I reply, too long to read. So when this happened, and he said, Swamiji, please don't throw it, for God's sake, you read for me. And I read. And in that, he has given this whole life history. And the conclusion is, such a bad that I am. Will there be redemption for me? So I said, who has asked you all this thing? If you want to have a promise, read Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter. Apiche suduracharaha bhajate mam ananya bhag. So once you have decided to change, everything is perfect. Therefore, sadhuhu eva sa mantavyaha. So he should be considered as a saint right from that moment onward. Isn't it? When the student finishes his 12th standard, gets admission in the medical college, from the first day onwards, all the people at home start calling him, Doc Saab aa gaye. And the doc comes, wow, wow, wow. He has not yet become. But mere admission starts calling him doctor, is it not? In the same manner, if we have decided to change, from that moment onwards, we have already attained sadhutva. Who is a sadhu? Sadhu is he who is wanting to change himself so that he can tune with the divine. He is the sadhu. The one who wants to change others, he is a politician, he is a social worker, he is not a sadhu. Therefore, sadhurevasya mantavyaha. He should be considered as the sadhu alone. Because samyak yathavad vyavasita ahisaha sadhu nishchayaha. Because now he has taken a right decision in his life. See how important it is to take the right decision in life. And what is the right decision in our life? Only one decision is right. All are wrong. What is that? that which will take you nearer to the divine is right. That which will take you away from the divine is wrong. As simple as this. Therefore, Bhagavan says, this is the greatness of my devotion. Everyone is qualified. You go to the marg, the path of karma, unless you have karmadhikar, you cannot do this karma, that yajna, this karma you cannot do. Second thing, if you want to go to the yoga marga, you should have the proper body, you should have healthy limbs, then only you can practice the Ashtanga yoga. That I don't have. You cannot do that. Then the path of knowledge, sadhan chatushtaya sampanna adhikarinam ayam tattva bodha. This tattva bodha grantha is addressed to those who have this fourfold qualification. I don't have that. What do you have? I am a Mahapapi. Very good. Come to me. Devotion, come to me. See? And that way we are all qualified. In short, it is such a straight approach. What is the approach here in devotion? The first thing, you decide firmly to change yourself. That is all. From that moment onward, the moment you have decided to change, everything around you will start changing. Therefore, those people who have these excuses, actually, I never wanted to smoke, but when I went to the college and I was in a bad company and, then I had to smoke. Similarly, some people, in the business, we have to go to the parties, we have to drink, and this thing, that thing. This is all inside, all parties, etc. These are excuses. There is nothing like that. Sadhurevasya mantavyah samyak vyavasito hi saha samyak vrittaha eva mantavyah jnatavyah. He has taken the right decision, the right lifestyle, and therefore he is sadhu nishtaya, the best decision in his life. Now, usrujya cha bahyam duracharatam antaha samyak vyavasaya samarthyat. Because of these two, what is that? Inner decision and commitment to change. Anta samyak vyavasaya samarthya. By the strength of the commitment to change oneself, the decision, and the second is bahya duracharatam usrujya. And as a result, the outer expression of life, the old lifestyle, is totally given up. And these two things happen. Then what happens? Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nikachhati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Today only in our Patanjali Yoga Darshan we have seen, if you remember, Tivra Samveganam Asanna. To whom this Asampradnyat Samadhi Yoga takes place. In the morning we have seen, the one who is having the intensity and longing to walk the path of yoga, to them a sampradnyat samadhi is easy and quick. Both things. So what is lacking in our spiritual life is the intensity. We are not intensely involved. This intensity is mistaken by many as seriousness. So we are seriously intense. Or we are intensely serious. That is not the qualification. So here are this same thing Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati. Now such a person who has these two qualifications. First, change your outer lifestyle and inside be committed. That means your intensity to walk the spiritual path has to be extreme. The top priority in life. When this happens, then Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. With a Kshipram means as if Bhagavan Krishna must have played a snap there. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Kshipram with the time of the snap. Kshipram shighram bhavati dharmatma dharma chittaha. Now tell me what is the dharma chitta? Dharma megha samadhi. See? Don't forget from what we have studied in the earlier class. No, we don't want to mix yoga with Bhagavad Gita. It's one and the same thing. It's not different. So when we are practicing samadhi after attainment of the ekagra chitta, and when these sampradnya samadhi is practiced for a long period of time, the viveka khyati takes place, and that is called as the dharma megha samadhi. This is dharma megha samadhi is kshipram bhavati dharmatma. See? What is dharma megha samadhi? When our antakaran chitta has dharma of its own. What is the dharma of the chitta? Chittam chicca vijaniyat takara rahitam yada. When our mind is no more extrovert and it is naturally focused to its own source, that is called as the dharma chitta. So kshipram bhavati dharmatma, he becomes dharma chittaha, and shashvat nityam shantim cha upashamam nigacchati. And thereafter he attains absolute shanti. Now here again yoga bhasha. Shashvat shantim niruddha bhumika of the chitta. What is the niruddha bhumika? Tada yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. When there is chitta vritti nirodha, there is no thought. Therefore absolute shanti. See, these are the two stages. So the first 30th verse is preparing us for the sampradnyat samadhi, and the 31st verse takes us to the asampradnyat samadhi yoga. So kshipram bhavate dharmatma shashvat shantim cha upashamam nigacchati prapnoti. He attains chitta nirodha, chitta vritti nirodha. And as a result, kaunteya name bhakta pranashyati. Because tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Because now he is abiding in the conscious being. And what is the pranashyati? What is the destruction? Destruction is again coming from the chitta vritti nirodha, niruddha chitta, again going back to the kshipta, the mudha and the vikshipta chitta vritti. When we again come back to that, we have fallen. Bhagavan says, once you test the bliss of this absolute consciousness, you will never fall back again. And see the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan tells Arjun, Kaunteya pratijanihi, you declare. Why don't you tell? Kaunteya pratijanihi. Why should I declare? People don't believe in me. Nobody has believed in Bhagavan Krishna. He is a bluff master. There is nothing. He said, at least this thing I am telling the truth. So, Kaunteya pratijanihi, pratijnam kuru. That means you declare from my side. No, like in the convent students by God. Isn't it? The same thing, it has come from Bhagavad Gita. So, Pratidhyan Kuru Name Mama Bhakto Mai Samarpita Antaratma Mad Bhaktaha. The one whose Antaratma, whose mind is totally surrendered to me, is never pranashati, never destroyed. That means he no more becomes the victim of his own mind. This is the meaning. And continuing the same thought, Mam hi parthavyapashritya Yepi syu papayonayaha Striyo vaishyastatha shudraha Tepi yanti param gatim. Mam hi yasmat partha vyapashrita mam ashraytvena gruhitva yepi syuhu bhaveyuhu papayonayaha papaha yoni yesham te papayonaha papa janmana kete ityaha striyo vaishya tatha shudraha tepi yanti gachanti param gatim prakrishtam gatim. Bhagavan says, Hey Arjun, hey Partha, mam japashrita, taking refuge in me, taking me as their ultimate support of life, mam hi partha vyapashritya, ashraytvena mam gruhitva, holding on to me as their final surrender, final abode. Who are those people? Yepi syuhu papayonayaha. Those who are of the worst kind of birth. Worst kind of birth means those who are born in this world to suffer. Our scriptures tell there are only two karma phalas, no third. Either we get sukham, happiness, or we get dukkham. There is no third karma phala. You may have a car, you may not have a car. In both the cases, you could be happy or you could be miserable. So getting the car or not getting the car is not the prarabdha. Prarabdha is you are miserable or happy. Sukha, dukkha, these are only two karma phalas. There is no third karma phala. Now, those who are papa janmanaha, those who are born out of the papa sin, what will be their life? Miserable, miserable, miserable alone. Now, whose life is most miserable in this world? Striya, Vaishya, Tatha, Shudraha. Many people have this objection. Why God has called that the ladies are born out of sin? No. You understand the principle, then you will say this is the right thing Bhagavan has said. In this world, who suffers the most? The most suffering person in this world is Striya, the first. As much the women suffer in this world, nobody suffers. If the men have to carry the baby in their womb, there will be a natural family control, family planning. See? Carrying one baby for 9 months is such a torture, and they go on bringing out a crop every year one. It is not so simple. And thereafter, whole life, if you see their lives, they are so dependent, they have to work, they are suffering, anybody can take them for a ride, everybody expects a lot and lot from the ladies, whether it is the parents, whether it is the husband, whether it is the children. The maximum suffering is for the ladies, and therefore they are called as Papa Yonaya. It doesn't mean that they are bad, no. So, Striya, second is Vaishya. Vaishya are those who are earning money. Now the worst kind of preposition is to earn money. You see these those who are lost in earning money. I am always surprised to see the people sitting behind the counter. Whole day they keep on sitting there. Do aane ki chai. Whole day they spend there. It's not so simple job. If I am asked to sit down in some shop, wrong. It is not so simple. So those who are suffering in this life, they go into the money earning business. And who earns money? Vaishya. You will see the Vaishya families. The male people are earning and the female are spending. One day in Bombay it happened. One person asked me, I was in some Marwadi house for a dinner. They have called about 15-20 people and all that. Who was going on? So one person asked me, Swamiji, what will be the next life you will be? I said, I have a choice. I may take, I may not take. Suppose you take, what you will like to take? I said, I will like to be born next life as the daughter to a Marwadi who is living in Bombay. He said, why? I said, because Marwadi girls never work to earn money. First principle. Second thing, when they are not married, they go on spending the money of the father, for that the father goes on earning. After marriage, they go on spending money of the husband, so the husband goes on earning. And in the old days, the son looks after the mother, so she goes on spending. Beta, wahan 10 lakh donation dena hai. She doesn't have to earn. I said, what could be better life? Isn't it? So, and these Marwadis fellows keep on earning, so that their wives can spend. So their life is also miserable. Striya, Vaishya, Tatha Shudra. Shudra are government servants. You know why they are government servants? Because Shudra, this word is defined in Brahma Sutra as those who are constantly complaining and crying. They are called as Shudra. We should have, concession and we should get everything free. All Shudra. And such people are most miserable in their life. So, Striyo, Vaishyastatha, Shudraha, Tepi Anti Param Gatim. Now see the understanding. Bhagavan said, those who are doctorates in the crimes. And once they have decided, they will change and attain. But those who are not the criminals in this life, but they were criminals in earlier life, as a result, they are born as a suffering beings in this life. Even they will be taken care of. Meaning, devotion has its sway not only in the present life, but also beyond the present life. This is the meaning. So, Striyo Vaishyastatha Shudraha Tepi Yanti Param Gatim. They also attained the supreme bliss. Now, don't you see in the lives of many Mahatmas in our country, like, our Mirabai, Janabai, then Vaishya, Shudraha, there are many saints. Like our Gadge Maharaj, he was a Shudra. Similarly, Raidas Maharaj, who was the guru of Mirabai, he was a Shudra. So it doesn't make any difference. Because they have taken the path of devotion, devoted to the Lord. Now, after having said this, now Bhagavan is telling, Kim punar brahmana punyaha bhakta rajarshayas tatha अनित्यमसुखं लोकम् इमं प्राप्य भजस्व माम्. Kim punaha, then what to talk about? This is the phrase. Kim punaha, brahmanaha punyaha punyayonayaha bhakta rajarsayaha tatha rajanaha yecharuheya iti rajarsayaha. Now when the worst kind of people are taken care of, when they are dedicated to the Lord, what to talk of those people who are good by default? See? And who are good by default? Punya Brahmanaha and Rajarshayaha. See? Those who are born out of the merit. What is the merit? Like Bhagwan says in the 6th chapter, Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Vrashto Vijayate Athava Yoginameva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. Two options. When a person has led a life of yoga abhyas, spiritual practice in the last life, and before he could attain the fulfillment in his spiritual pursuit, if he happens to drop the body, his spiritual sadhana doesn't get arrested for want of body. Then he gets new body. Now what is that new body? Wherever he has left, he can continue from there onwards. So in that new body, there are two. If the yoga bhrashta had some kind of desires, etc. in his womb, they are fulfilled and therefore they are born in the rich and good families. Second, if the yoga bhrashta was not having any desire, he had attained the apara vairagya and the para vairagya. Then such a yoga bhrashta purusha is born yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam. And therefore it is said, Kim punar brahmana punya bhakta rajarshayastata. So these punya brahmanaha and rajarshayaha, they are referred as the yoga bhrashta from the last life. See? So there is, how many of them now? See the total things. One is, if somebody is terribly bad in this life, he will be taken care of by devotion. If somebody was terribly bad in the earlier life, he will also be taken care of. And if somebody was following the spiritual path in the earlier life, what to talk about that? See? It is but natural. Therefore, please remember this principle. As a result of our punya karma, we will get the things, etc. in our life. But as a result of the grace of the Lord, we will get devotion for the Lord. So let us seek His grace so that our devotion for the Lord is supreme. Karma phala will come and go, and it is our created, so we'll have to suffer. But when the devotion is as the grace of the Lord showered on the devotee, that alone is long lasting, not otherwise. Therefore, in the 10th chapter, Bhagavan will tell us, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. I shall give them such a viveka, such a buddhi, and because of the buddhi, intelligence, understanding which I have given, then alone they can come to me. If the intellect is trained by us, we will become extrovert. See? And when the same intellect is blessed by the Lord, we will walk His path. Because what is the kind of intellect required to walk the spiritual path, the Lord only knows. See? Like, there are two types of patients. One type of patient, they take the medicine given by the doctor. Second type of patient, they suggest the doctor what medicine to be given. So here, Kim punar brahmana punya bhakta rajarshayas tatha anityam asukham imam lokam prapya bhajasvamam. And therefore, Arjun, you belong to this category. Because he was belonging to the royal family. And his birth was not just a casual birth of disgusted parents. No. And therefore, Bhagavan says, Imam anityam asukham lokam prapya. Now, Arjun, you have come in this world. And what is this world of relativity? First, anityam. How many people have come and born and gone and died. See, that day when this thought will become your own experience, you understand Bhagwan's grace is showering on you. See, Bhagwan's grace we understand depending upon what kind of buddhi we have. If we are Shudra buddhi, then Bhagwan's grace is, by Bhagwan's grace, my health is all right, sab kuch theek thaak hai, Shudra buddhi. Then Kshatriya buddhi. By Bhagwan's grace, my business and everything is going on all right. Money ka koi problem nahi, no problem of money. Vaishya buddhi, that is the Vaishya buddhi. The third is, I have won the election by God's grace, I had to do so many things, but anyway, I won it. That is the Kshatriya buddhi. And the Brahmana buddhi. Brahmana buddhi is, now I am able to study, I can spend some time in meditation, this thing, that thing. The Brahmana buddhi. And above that, all the four of them. The buddhi of the devotee. What is the buddhi of the devotee? Now my mind is naturally clinging on to the divine form. The worldly things do not disturb me, do not bother me. See? So the grace we define according to our makeup. If we are Shudra body oriented, we will have the different meaning of the grace of the Lord. If we are Vaishya minded or the understanding, then we have different meaning of the grace of the Lord. And here it is. Bhagavan is telling Arjun, you are born in a royal family. Now, at this moment, having come, just observe, imam anityam lokam. See? To spend all the life and time for getting something which is temporary, is it worth? Anityam. And second, asukham. Arjun, how much you have enjoyed your life? See, the most miserable existence Pandava had, And anityam asukham imam lokam prapya. Having come in this world, now don't get lost again into relativity. Then, mam bhajasva, now seek the absolute. Meaning what? The only purpose of our life is revert back to the consciousness. That's the only purpose. All other things are secondary and they can wait. If this is clear in our heart, then automatically our lifestyle will change. So, kim punar brahmana punyaha bhakta rajarshayas tatha anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. Therefore, Arjun, you are in this world which is continuously changing, temporary, and you have had everything. There are nothing that you have not gone through. Now here I will give you, to emphasize this point, one or two important things to be noted. This I told you number of times, again I will tell you. The stories which come in our Puranas, such and such king ruled for thousands of years and then handed over the kingdom to his children, and went in the forest, did tapasya, and merged in the Lord. Means what? Means whatever number of years of life you have, whatever prosperity you may have in your life, that can never give you fulfillment in existence. See, the story of Yayati. He borrowed the youthfulness from his own youngest son and indulged beyond proportion. And ultimately, he came to the same conclusion. Therefore, we have to again and again re-evaluate our life. Then what we are struggling for in this world, is it worth? Or there is something higher? Therefore, this is not a pessimistic cry of a defeated person in life. No. Therefore, spirituality is not meant for those who are dropouts of life. It is meant for those who have lived the life intelligently. And here Bhagavan tells Arjun, Anityam asukham lokam prapta imam. So once you have come to this conclusion, that in this world there is not a single person who had got all the happiness, there is not a single person who has been all the time happy. Therefore, there has to be something, other search, other pursuit. And that pursuit is this basic foundation. In relative existence, there is no absolute peace. In the absolute existence, there is no relative miseries. Now, how one should bhajasva mam, do my bhajan? How should we do your bhajan? Now Bhagavan tells in the 34th and the last verse of 9th chapter and the center of Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktvaivam Atmanam matparayanaha. Now, how to do the bhajan of the Lord? Here is a technique. First, manmana bhava. Mai manaha yasya sahatvam manmana bhava. Fix your mind in me. Manmana bhava. Now, fixation of the mind in me means what? Let our mind bring every thought to the Lord, about the Lord. Like, those who are, devoted to their gurus or some god, they always, for every small little thing, they will bring God. As if the God is a standing, servant. I didn't have that thing, but suddenly, God helped and somebody came and gave me. So, in their life, that particular God, etc., is the primary factor. This is the meaning, man mana bhava. Means what? Be very attentive. Every event of our life should remind us about the divinity. Nay, remind us the divinity, not about divinity. Every event. Like what? Like, those who are mad after earning money, wherever they go, their mind starts working only in that line. So for them, vacation, for them, marriage, for them, dining, for them, anywhere going, everything is only money oriented. I remember long time back in 80s, I was going from Howrah to Delhi, I think. And I was in that 3-tier compartment. So one Marwadi sat next to me, huge structure, smelling all the spices. So he must have been Spiceananda. Marwadis, that was also a round figure, so he was very nicely sitting. And then he asked me, what do you do? I said, I do nothing. Where are you going? I said, I'm going to Delhi. How do you go? I said, by sitting in the train. No. Ticket? I said, yes, I had ticket. Are you a TC? I got ticket. He said, no, my question is, how you get your ticket? I say, oh, that is very simple. You also try. What? When I go to somebody's house, I don't talk about leaving. So people, before my arrival, they book my ticket. So I don't have to worry. He said, no, like that. What you should do, like what we do. And what you do? You tell me your technique. This was my technique. He said, see, here, haldi is very cheap. And in Delhi, haldi is very expensive. So what I do, when I am going from here, I book a dozen of haldi bags in the brake van. I said, but we are not supposed to carry more than 20 or 30 kilos. He said, who is telling you to carry? Then, you don't understand anything, therefore you are Babaji. I said, okay, tell me. Then he told me. He said, before I leave, I fix the customer in Delhi. And when I am coming, I tell my supplier here, and he delivers the goods directly on the railway station. And then I tell the porter and the guard. Without any question, they go into the brake van. And everywhere I had to give the dakshina. Ye yatha prapadyante tastataiva vajamya. And when I am leaving, the papers are with me. When I get down in Delhi, there only the money and the check is exchanged, and I give them the paper, they take it. I am free. My coming and going expenses are taken care of. Babaji, kuch sikho. Man mana bhava. Now this person, how he was calculating very methodically in the same manner, focus your mind all the time on me. Man mana bhava. Then tatha mad bhaktaha bhava. Now man mana bhava doesn't mean that you are only seeking benefits from the Lord. No. You are dedicated to the Lord. When we seek benefit from there, then also we use that person, throw him away. Like the TCs in the railway compartment. After we get the seat, who talks to him? So, mad bhaktaha bhava. Let your all thoughts, your all actions, yat karoshi yadashnasi tat kurushva madarpanam. That bhava, mad bhaktaha bhava. Then mad yaji bhava. Madhyaji. Madhya means the Madira. Yesterday, that small girl came. Her name is Mandira. I said, why did you add Anuswar to your name? She didn't understand what I was telling. Because when your name is Mandira, if you remove the Anuswar, it becomes Madira. So I asked her, hey, why did you add Anuswar to your name? I don't know, Mummy has told, ask Mummy. Then her grandfather told Swamiji exactly once this happened. When her birthday was there, so they have fixed, those things. Happy birthday, Mandira, Hindi mein likha tha. So that Mandira, that Bindi has fallen down. So happy birthday, Madira. Here Madhyaji doesn't mean the one who is the Aji of the Madhya. No. Mat Yaji. Mat Yajanashilaha Bhava. May your all activities be directed towards me. May you live according to the scriptural injunctions. And Mam Eva Namaskuru. And also do Namaskar to me. And these are the four things. Man Mana Bhava, Mad Bhaktaha Bhava, Mad Yaji Bhava, Mam Namaskuru. Which are these four things? First, Man Mana Bhava. is fixing the mind in the Lord, so the mind is tuned to divinity. Mad bhaktaha bhava, have total love and the Lord as the final support of life. Third, madhyaji bhava, let all your activities through the body be conducted for Him. So when manasa manmana bhava, vacha, think and talk and sing my glory, be my devotee, madhyaji bhava, through the body, work for me. So kaya, vacha, manasa, 3. And then mam namaskuru. And then the last thing is surrender and offer your ego. Namaskar means what? We are offering our ego at the feet of the Lord. And therefore, you know what happens? A devotee is never fallen. Like we have the word yoga bhrashta. There is no word like bhakti bhrashta. What is the reason? Because devotee is already fallen. But where? At the feet of the Lord. Therefore, mam namaskuru. When you practice this, mam eva eshyasi yuktva evam atmanam matparayanaha. Mam ishwaram eshyasi agamishyasi yuktva samadhaya chittam. In this manner, controlling your mind, focusing it to me, you shall definitely come to me. Evam atmanam ahami sarvesham bhutanam atma parachagati param ayanam tam mam evam bhutam eshyasi iti atitena padena sambandha. So atmanam matparayana means you will come to recognize that I alone is the support, the essence of the whole being, and therefore to that me, the absolute reality, you shall certainly come to me. Matparayanaha san, because for you now this absolute reality is the ultimate in life. Matparayanaha, the Lord alone is the ultimate for me, nothing else. In this manner, this 9th chapter has given us a most beautiful introduction to the devotion. But how it started? It started with the absolute reality, where Bhagavan says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina mastani sarvabhutani nachaham tishvavastitaha. So, what was the pratijna? What was the beginning? Bhagavan said, he said, Jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. I shall tell you the knowledge and the practice of that knowledge which will lead you to the experience. So the knowledge was given. In this absolute knowledge, practice is devotion, mokshase ashubhat, because in the absolute there are no problems of relativity. The relativity itself is the samsara, and you will be liberated from that. Thus what was said by the Lord in the first verse is concluded in the last verse. With this we conclude our 9th chapter. Hereafter we will take the 10th chapter from our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.